I'm feeling, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy with what I've just done with my last fight. Just looking forward to getting back into the swing of it. There's a few holes in my game at the moment, trying to work on, and just looking at bigger things and looking to progress basically and see how far it goes. Yeah. What I liked about my last three fights, if I'm being honest with you, is how more patient I am, much more I'm waiting and thinking more. Where I believe before I was just fighting on like raw emotion, instinct almost, and now we've got a game plan, we've got a good team, and we're trying to put it together. We're still, I feel like I'm just trying to understand it as I go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's definitely different style, 100%, but I'm just trying to get used to it and figure it all out, basically. If that makes sense. I just think what I was doing before was just becoming like predictable. It was like I needed change, I needed variation, I needed new things because I just feel like I took sort of like losses which I felt that come just due to my kind of not adjusting and changing. So I was very keen to sort of come here and learn more and try and switch things up and try my best to basically be more tricky, be more complicated, be more of a harder fighter to figure out, using my mind basically. I think I've just matured. You get a bit older now. You've got to be that little bit more. You have got to fight that bit smarter. You have the game's evolving, and you have got to adjust as it goes. You've got to really try and really understand your body, your training, everything. Because when I'm training now, I'm trying to take in everything. I'm writing things down. I'm studying things. Where before it was just kind of like, what's the autopilot? I just kind of trained, did the fight, cut the weight, got in there, and I just used to rely on just rely on my raw power basically. Now I'm trying to be more trickier, so hopefully that'll see me through and take me higher up the ladder. Mentally, I'm a lot further. Mentally, where I am it's kind of been a bit like that, just due to kind of, I believe, my sort of discipline and commitment. I would put that down to. I wouldn't say there was anything in particular. I feel like now I'm trying to drive it as much as I can. Like I said, I'm 32 now. I'm trying to drive it as much as I absolutely can with what I've got and just trying to see kind of where it goes. But this, I would say, mentally further, maturity further. Ability, we'll have to see over time, but I feel like mentally I'm in a much better place. Being here. It's just growing up, basically, isn't it? You just gotta, like like I said, I've got kids. I've got Albie, Ada, Maya, and Freddie. Freddie's my stepson. Maya's my daughter with another partner, and Albie and Ada are my kids with Faith, who's my partner now. You probably seen or met Faith. She's sort of always with me, and you need to go through that. Unfortunately, it's like that thing they say, it has to get a lot worse before it gets better. You know what I mean? It has to get, and I think that's a big part of it. I had to learn to get better. I think it is coming here and being around these quality fighters and these quality trainers has just opened my eyes to it. Does that make sense? Because I'm kind of looking up to these people, and I'm like, I want to be like them. I want to achieve what they've done and stuff like that. So I'm just ambitious, I think, because of basically the people around me. It's good energy, you know what I mean? And that's making me want to push more and more. I think the hunger, it just comes from just enjoying what I'm doing, I think. And I'm happy. That's what I'd say. I'm content. And I think for a fighter, that's an important thing.
If you look back to, let's say, the first version of Jacob that walked into a gym just trying to learn martial arts or combat sports, what would surprise that Jacob to this version of you?
How I'm able to listen and do as I'm told now. Because back then, I've always been a nice kid, but it was just like nothing was going in. And I would say that's what would shock, is how I'm able to absorb information now and listen and take criticism and not take things too personally, understand it and try learn from everything and everyone. Where before it was just like crash, bang, wallop and hope. Just if they were just a fighter starting, I'd say be disciplined, you know, save your money, get a good job and just try your best to just train hard and be disciplined and just stay away from the obvious things. And I think, you know, because look, listen, it's discipline, man. That is everything. That is, you know, that's everything. You realise that eventually, I think. It's like, I just want to be, well, I just want, well, firstly, I just want Faith to be proud of me, my partner, because she's gone through a lot with me. And my kids, I want them to see me getting up, training, working, PTing, leading by a good example rather than, oh, Dad's not here, he's gone out, he's doing this, he's doing that. Do you know what I mean? I want to lead by a good example by my kids. I want them to see me train. You know, my kids have watched me on like your pay-per-view things and stuff like that. And, you know, they're little, but they remember everything. So yeah, I think that's the main thing is I want them to see me doing something good and positive. So that leads to hopefully them, you know, driving towards what they want to do when they're older. I think they're just, you know, it's the discipline and they'll see what I have to go through. They've seen me in weight cuts. They've seen me go through everything. So they understand. They understand now. They're 5 and 6 and they know and they try to help. And if I'm tired or whatever and I go lay down, they're very considerate for me and, you know, and yeah, it's nice. I think they realise and it weirdly it brings us all together. It brings us all together in a weird way.
You sound like you can say fight God. Oh, my daughter, she's 5-0.
Yeah, not yet. They're good. My son Albie does it. He's technically very good, but he's not too interested at the moment. When my daughter's very strong, and she's powerful. So if I can just get them to want to do it, I think we could have because the future is with fighting is looking good, isn't it? You know. Like, so hopefully they...
It's like a shared thing as well.
Yeah. I mean, look, listen, I want them to do it, but I'm not going to be like, oh, you got to do it, you know, this and that. I want them to do it, but at the same time, like, watching them fight and that, I think that'd be quite hard to see. Do you know what I mean? Because when you watch your friends fight, it's like you feel like you're fighting, don't you? You feel like you're in there. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it all plans out. But I think they will.
And then also balancing peak performance fight career?
That's a good question because, okay, so first of all, you need a good partner. That's number one. Well, if you've got a family, if you're on your own, obviously you're on your own, but you need a good partner. Like Faith organises my meals, everything's laid out for me. She does that side of it. She's incredible. Like she does everything. The kids, she takes us like the last sort of 8 weeks, you know, when obviously things accelerate. She'll take that side of it, you know, and when I'm tired, you need rest. But I think the number one thing is just having a supported family. I think if you've got that and you've got people that are on board with you, you can do it, right? But say I had to do it all myself, you know, you've got some girlfriends that won't do it. They make their partner do everything, you know, and they're trying to, and they have to obviously give their dream up because they can't do it. But luckily enough, Faith supports me and does it, and that's why it works. That's why it works. If you want me to be honest with you, that's the truth. It's not about you anymore. It's about long term's about them because I'm thinking, oh, I want to get as much experience as I can to open a gym so they can have a job and they can have do you know what I mean? So where before it was like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go to Thailand, I want to fucking go. When you've got kids, you can't do that, right? You've got to be there for them. And I suppose my whole outlook has changed, because I want to do the best by them as well, you know? So, yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think there's a better feeling in the world as for a fighter and a family man, because when you come home and first my daughter was like, she was, oh, can we go to Wendy's? You know, the Wendy's. And I've been putting it off. I'm like, look, like, Ada, I'm borderline as it is. I can't sort of eat that stuff. I've got to be good, blah, blah, blah. She's, oh, but she understood. And then we all went and ate together. But it was just lovely because, do you know what I mean? We're all together and we could just all enjoy just being together, and I can eat what I want. Because obviously when you're in camp, I've had 3 fights this year. So it's been in, out of camp, you know? So yeah, I think it is a good feeling. It is nice. It's nice. It's rewarding. You just sort of sit back and look and think, I'm lucky, you know, I've got a lot here. But when you're in the chaos, you can't, I'm quite bad for it. I can't see how good I've got it sometimes. But when it's all kind of, when I get the win and I go back and I sit back and I look at my kids and I look at Faith, I look at my home, I'm happy, I'm fulfilled. But I can lose sight of that. I think we all can. You sacrifice a lot, exactly that, little things, like parties, little parties they go to. It's not because I'm being unsociable, it's just because I'm being real. I need to rest, I need to get up in the morning, I've got a PT, I've got to get up here from London. I live in Felton. Yeah. Like, so I have to get the train up and I work up here and work at home, and yeah, mate, it's like a fucking conveyor belt. It's every day it's hard, you know? It's hard, but we love it and we do it, so. I think the biggest thing, I'm going to go by this year because that's what I can go by, is knowing you've done enough and knowing that you've trained and done what you need to know. Because what that breeds is, because I'm content then, because I go, I've trained hard, I've done what I need to do, I've got this, I can do this. He hasn't done what I've done. And that's what I tell myself all the way through to the fight night. Obviously there's nerves, there's doubts and stuff like that, but you deal with that, you know, you deal with that as it goes. You just got, we do like, I went to Marbella with Team Tieu. It was amazing because we worked on our breathing, meditate. It was great because I come back from there and I was like, wow, I've learned so much about just my breathing and my tempo. And does that make sense? It was everything was just like before. And now I'm like, okay, take a deep breath, like relax, okay, step back, reset, you know, and we kept that going, and it's really changed my everyday life. Because I just say to myself, okay, cool, reset, let's go. You know, if I get overwhelmed, it's like, okay, and the breathing, like the box breathing and things like that, it's so important, so important. It's fear. If you've got that fear, it's there. It's like you've got that doubt. I think that's what they say is normal, but it's like you kind of need that, right? You need that fear. You need them doubts, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, man, you just got to. I just think you've got to be around good people sometimes, because doubt can creep in. But I've allowed doubt and fear to eat me away before, and it's just destroyed everything. You go in the ring and you literally, you're fighting, but you're in sort of autopilot. Does that make sense? Where if I do it, like now I'm like, okay, cool, you know, yeah, okay, we know this is normal. We've been here before. We know what we're going to feel. We know the stages. Yeah, man, it's just talking, you know, understanding yourself, writing things down. Write down on the cup. My dietitian went, Jacob, write down, because I forget every time the emotion. And he said, Jacob, you said this to me last time. And I'm like, no, I didn't. But he's like, you do this every time. So does that make sense? So I write everything down, and then you understand the patterns of your moods and kind of how it goes. And then you tell yourself, okay, cool, I've been here before. We know what's going down. We're ready. Let's do it. So, yeah.
And when you tell someone young, you got to write stuff down, I want to smash it.
Yeah, they go, yeah. And they're like, yeah, whatever, mate. And they just like, don't bother. But
when they'll realise.
You've got to document things. I fucking game changer. Shadow boxing. Shadow boxing, write things down. Shadow box, wow. Shadow boxing, fuck me, what a tool that is. Breathing, shadow boxing, breathing, writing things that, yeah, they're game changers for me anyway, but yeah. Most of my clients, luckily, have been with me a long time. So they kind of know me and I kind of talk to them and they understand kind of what I go through. But in terms of my thought process of trying to more or less switch on and off, I don't know. I mean, I suppose I'm a little bit that bit more intense. It's a little bit more because of how I'm feeling. Does that make sense? So sometimes the pad work will be a little bit more intense. I'll be a little bit more like, you know, boom, do this, do that. And there's probably less thing, but I don't know. I'm usually all right. I can usually hold it up to about the last week, and then if I feel like I'm getting a little bit ratty and a little bit shaky, I'll stop the PTs a few days before, a week before, because I kind of know that I'm going to say something if I regret it. So I don't want to do that. It ain't personal towards them because I love all of them, but at the same time, it's like it is tough. I'm cutting weight. I'm in a calorie deficit. I'm under stress. I'm trying to balance a fucking job, the rent, my family, business, everything. And sometimes it can get overwhelming. So sometimes take a little step back and focusing on yourself just for a few days can change everything. I don't know, but it's like when you fight, whatever happens, because we've all had good nights, we've all had bad nights, right? That's part of it. It's what it is. Now and again, it just goes wrong, right? But the losses and the wins, whatever, it's hard to kind of sleep for a couple of days after a fight because your adrenaline and emotions are so high. I don't know if other fighters get this, but it's trying to kind of switch off. And so I don't sleep for a few days after a fight. I find it I sleep, but nap bits, but my body's kind of in that fight or flight mode. Do you know what I mean? Do you know when you're kind of resting, but you're like awake? It's kind of like that for a few days. So I'm quite tired, but I'm usually quite full of adrenaline still. So it's weird. It's a bit of a weird
Take
one.
a couple of days away from.
I need a few days off, yeah. I usually go back on like the Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, I've had some injuries, obviously, and it's been a bit longer, but I usually, and if I've got an injury in my leg or wherever, I'll just taper the training around the injury. Absolutely. I feel like since I've been here and I've learned more, my clients are getting more, I've got more to show them because I'm learning more here myself. I'm allowing myself to basically teach them more. Like I always say to them, like the more I learn, the more you guys are going to learn. And that's kind of how it works, you know, passing it on basically. The biggest thing is you've got to listen and you've got to dedicate yourself, and you can get quite far, and stop doubting yourself and worrying about, like, because sometimes I give my lot, you know, opportunities, and sometimes they can't do things because of their life, or I give them an interclub or something, and I'm thinking they should jump at this, grab this with two hands, because this is an opportunity to showcase, but because their head won't allow them to just be free if you like. So yeah, let go of all that and just do it and enjoy it. And then when you're done, you're done. And it's trying to get to the bottom of what is the issue, because the doubt usually comes from someone else is probably in their ear saying, you don't need to do this. Why are you fighting? You don't need this. Does that make sense? So their support network's more or less saying, so I'm battling against two people rather than one. I'm battling against the person's family or the fighter's girlfriend or the fighter's boyfriend or whatever I'm dealing with. Do you know what I mean? Because they haven't got that support. And it's just easier for them to go, okay, you know what, leave it. It's fine. I won't bother. But I don't think sometimes that's what they really want. I think it's what their other half, that's what they want. And that's going to cause serious unhappiness in the long run. How many fighters do you see come back at 50, 45, 50? Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's great. I respect anyone that does it. My point being is because there's unfinished business. I think you become more patient. I've definitely got more patient because I always think to myself, well, I'm that person that's trying to understand. And when they get it wrong or a combo on the pads, they get really disheartened. And I'm like to them, don't worry about it. Fuck it, reset, let's go again. And I'm exactly the same. Like, I take ages to get you know what I mean? It's like, we all take time to get used to something new, especially. If someone's come to me and they've got a load of bad habits from another coach and I'm trying to undo it, that's work in itself. So that's a 3-month period in itself. Do you know what I mean? Trying to undo what someone's done and show them. But yeah, I've definitely become more patient. I suppose because I want to see them do well. I care about them. So I'm passionate about it. So it's, I say this one thing to myself, and I say it to myself ever since I started. That person is in there to hurt you. Just know that. This is what I say to myself. Know that this person his intention is to hurt you and finish you and humiliate you and put you out. It ain't personal, but they want to, understand that. And that works for me. And that's the truth. That's the truth, because what are you going to do on the street if someone starts on you? You ain't just going to fucking like, oh no, thing. If someone hits you on the street, you're going to obviously fight back, aren't you? It's you just turn on when you need to. I want to see how far I can get with fighting in general. I just want to see how far it goes. Who knows? Just see how far it goes. Keep disciplined, keep listening, keep training hard. See where that goes. I want to own my own gym. I want to build fighters. I want to help people. Yeah, that's the vision I've got in my head. I've had it for a long time. I've had a few visions in my head. I think that's what keeps me going. I've got a couple of clear visions in my head that just being content and happy and just, I feel that's success in itself. It's just being happy and being content. You always hear that people got all this money and all that, because they're not content. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like you got to try to be content. I think that's key. And being happy where you are, like you got to feel safe and happy, because I feel like that's success. When they're getting better, they're listening to me. They're more confident. They're improving. Everything's better. The way they speak, the way they talk, the way they understand, the way they come across. That's the job. That's what you want with your students, is to bring them on as a person, not just just learning to fight. It's everything. It's a journey, right? So just trying to get them on that journey. Someone that, all about myself here.
Just generally, like, if I was to pick out someone that you're PTing and ask them,
just someone that is a good guy, works hard, give everything, and did everything he could, with the best with what he had, and so it's hard for me to answer that, but yeah, just did his best and done all right, basically. Done all right at what he done. Yeah, I would like to have my gym and have fighters coming through that I can really put time into and invest. I believe because of my, downs and ups and whatever I've gone through in my career, I believe I can actually support a fighter and take him all the way. And yeah, when I'm done, I want to help people. I want to train people that have got a big passion for it, like myself.
Coming down that route gives you a different look at, let's say, how you train and how you work and how you move.
Yeah, it does. It does, because my background's a little bit different, because I did obviously boxing and full contact kickboxing. So coming over to sort of pro K1 straight away, and then looking at Muay Thai and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, it is different. It is different, the way we look at it and the way we do things. But, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to adjust and learn like everyone else, I'm going to thank, there's three people I want to thank. Firstly, it's my team here. It's my team here. Phil and everyone here. And my team members here and my sparring partners here. They know who they are. Just when I come over, it's a big thing going to a new gym, especially a gym like this. A good, solid, professional gym. I want to thank them just for accommodating me and welcoming me and making me feel, because I won't ever look at another gym, ever. This is where I am going to be now. Great coaching, great people. Seriously, if you're looking to get into Muay Thai K1, this is my opinion, this is where you want to be. That's my opinion. But obviously my granddad, he's died now, but I'd still do it for him. This is our connection, this is our thing. And my girlfriend Faith, she's just, incredible girl. She's put up with a lot, and I just want to make her proud. So, just everyone, like sparring partners, all of them, all of them, such good fighters. All with the coaches. I mean, you've seen our fighters, right? Who we got here. I train a lot with Saeed as well. He's really good. He's really good. He's been helping me, and we've become very close and good friends. And he's always helping me and supporting me and guiding me. And I feel like where he's as good as he is, I'm always, do you know what I mean? I'm always happy to, even if we're doing pads together, I have to be fully locked in, because there's levels to it, right? And I'm just trying my best. But then the gym, let's say the gym as a whole, my granddad and Faith. Yeah, that's it.
And my last question for you is this. You've been on quite a journey from start to finish, from the first time you walked into a gym, ups and downs and everything in the middle. When you're sitting here now and you're looking back at everything you've done up to this point, are you proud of yourself in terms of everything that you achieved, Jacob?
Yes and no. Just to be honest with you, I feel like I could have been a lot further ahead if I would have got my arse in gear sooner. But that's life. Here we are. And I am proud of myself because I didn't give up. I'm still here. I'm still punching. I'm still trying. So I'm proud of that. But I feel like I could have done more. But I'm not going to give up yet. And we just got to see, man. We just got to see where it goes. But I'm going to keep trying. Next 4 years, give it everything.
Yeah. And thank you.
No worries.
Thanks.
Thank you.